the Shirley. Good old noise canceling.
Yep. Okay, then your old school radio is down here.
Yeah.
Just to like the 10 o'clock position. On that little knob, yeah, that should be good. That one we don't really know, we just kind of, I just move it over about an inch, and when we hear somebody talk, we'll find out if it's loud enough. But before you ever do your solos and shit, we'll have the other nicer crap.
Yeah, right. Pressure's good. Touch lines out.
Yep.
Warm it up.
And a 1000, 1000. Not quite in the green yet.
Yeah.
You can listen to our weather while we're waiting, so you can flip up that switch right there.
Scattered 3,700. Overcast 5,500. Temperature 28 Celsius. Dew point 18 Celsius. Altimeter 3004. Remarks. Density altitude 1,500.
And we know the winds are down the runway, and we're in the green.
Friction on.
Get your carb heat check. Looking good. Then we'll do our sprag clutch. Split the needles.
Ready?
Yep. Good split. Allow it to go down to idle. And then you can get your frictions off. It's 28 degrees outside. So 22.9 I guess would be pretty close to 30. So
Yeah, so like 22.8
if you want to be specific, yeah.
Yeah.
$22.8, $23.7.
Yeah, I was about to say 23.7, 23.6.
Save that one too. Okay, running up to 80. Allow that governor to take over. One 1000. Okay, low rotor RPM check. Looks good, and we're ready to go. Clear over here. Okay, we're going to do a left pedal turn. Remember, we're going to be going to a pretty strong tailwind, so be ready with that aft cyclic. Nice pedal turn. And we'll just walk her on out. We're gonna put a bid on buying that hangar.
Oh, y'all did? Y'all aren't gonna build?
Either that or we have to build to the right of the FBO, and we'll see if this old lady wants to sell because her husband died earlier this year. And
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah, but it'd be nice to already have a footprint, and this is a prime location for us because then we can just go direct flights to the hangar. And we just build an office on the other side of it attached to it, like a 2-story dealio. Maybe repaint it. I'm not really a fan of the blue.
And that windsock is
full. Okay, we'll come out here to Alpha. We can just depart from Alpha for right closed traffic. And we'll just do a normal approach to start out with.
We're looking good on, yeah, we're looking good on the left.
Okay, pre-takeoff checks.
Lights out, gauges are green.
Fairland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet, on the go, taxiway Alpha. We have that taxiing traffic in sight, no factor. Fairland. The guy didn't clear his turn.
Yeah, no. I mean, it just went right off. Man, you're in shit, that was
Fairland traffic, Remus 84, contact 3 feet on runway 14 on Delta, Fairland. Fairland traffic, Remus 84, contact searching for the active on Delta.
Oh, center right's good.
There we go, getting that airspeed back.
We're 16 miles to the south, and we're inbound for rolling 14 as well. Touch Joe, the current 3500, so they got high overhead.
Left, center right.
Copy that. You guys know what the ceiling zone?
Fairline, helicopter 30 Juliet, right now wind, runway 14 Fairline.
Yeah, looks like we're the only ones up here, so the runway will be ours.
Lights out, gauges are green. Car beats up.
Let's go just a little bit of left pedal. There we go.
Center right, good. Fairline, helicopter 30 Juliet, right base, runway 14 Fairline.
Sure you know the drill, 400 feet, 60 knots. Wait for the top of our trim strings or just beforehand.
359, crosswind 09 or wiser.
Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet, final approach, runway 14, Pearland.
Wiser. Wiser.
We going for the intersection or go for the 1,000 foot?
Go to the intersection.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Got a lot of free lift today, so make sure we lower the collective enough.
Wiser traffic 359, downwind 09 or wiser.
Wiser. Looks like a good glide path right here. Car beats down. And we'll execute to a 5-foot hover.
I don't know if that headwind's helping me slow down or what, but it seems to be
Oh,
working.
man, windy days are pretty easy, actually. It's the whole taxiing part that's hard, but approaches are easier, autos are easier. Especially when it's up and down the runway.
Yeah,
if it's at all sideways, it's like, oh my God. Yeah, good normal approach. Okay, this time when you take off, we're gonna go nose over just a little bit less. Try to keep it really flat. When we go through ETL, which is gonna be almost instantaneously, you can bump down the collective somewhere around 19 or 20, right around 20 inches or so is usually kind of perfect. We're actually gonna teach our guys to take off a little different, more of the R44 technique. Because it's eventually what you're going to jump into, and that one takes off a little different. Okay. I'll tell you about it as you go. Pre-takeoff checks.
Lights out, gauges are green. Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet on the go, right close traffic. Pearland.
Yeah, real delicately forward. Yeah, we're going to go through ETL right there, so you can lower the collective just a little bit. Get that power setting down. When we get to 45 knots, instead of doing what before, we'll just pull to takeoff power.
Roger, traffic Conquest 76 here, Juliet, just north of the field, 1,600, Roger.
And what's the reason for doing that? Just getting more use out of the engine?
Gets us off the ground a little quicker, which is kind of nice. And that's how the 44 is described to take off. And so we want commonality between both platforms.
Just that way the crossover is...
Yeah, it's even that much easier.
Okay.
Because down here, you're out of the high velocity diagram. Start climbing up nice and quickly. You're still outside of it if you're following the nice curve. I don't know. Commonality is just a new thing they want to do.
Well, it should be. They should try something across all platforms. That way you don't have to remember, am I flying the R44 or the longitude? Left center right's good.
Yep. Okay, it's been a little bit, so I'll be on there with you. But we're going to do a straight and auto rotation.
Okay.
Today especially, your aft cyclic only needs to be a little bit. And with your flare, I mean, it's always still going to be a progressive flare, but it doesn't need to be as severe because we have so much free lift. But yeah. Get stalled out, we still got a little more power we can pull. There we go. Clear over here.
All right. Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet, right downwind, runway 14, Pearland.
Just a little bit of left pedal. There we go.
Got our spot. Inside gauge is green, car beats up.
we're going to be looking for 600 feet, 70 knots. With the wait a little longer, our approach angle is going to be really steep because of that strong headwind.
Traffic light flight 4 is about 5 miles to the northwest. We'll be staying on the west side of 290, heading eastbound, watch traffic.
Center right's good. Pearland helicopter 30 Juliet, right base, runway 14 Pearland. Pearland helicopter 30 Juliet, final approach, runway 14 Pearland.
Yeah, so it's going to be lower right aft checkup. Remember, this will need to check up a little bit more than back in the day with 3 Mike Golf. Not much though, even today. Ain't too crazy. So we got our altitude, we got our airspeed. Just kind of hold it for a little while. Right now we might make the grass.
Yeah.
Bump up the collective just a little bit. Okay, coming on and on your count.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Lower, right,
roll off.
Check up.
Check up.
Probably not that much aft. Push it over just a little bit and lower the collective just a hair because of it. There we go. Airspeed's back. RPMs are in the green. Looking good. Check up just a little bit. There we are. Okay, hold on. Start your flare. Crack the throttle on. Up collective, left pedal. Level ourselves off. Level off. There we go. Cool, not bad for how long it's been. So we'll get back in the center and we'll take off again.
Pearland helicopter 30 Juliet on the go, right close traffic, Pearland.
A real small amount forward. Yep, hold it right here. ETL is right there. You can bump the collect down just a little bit. Don't push it any more over.
Okay.
Keep it nice and level. Right here. The 45 will come.
And then bump up the collective
to 22.5 inches. Yep. Yeah, that was perfect. You're right at like 20 inches on your power. Looking good. Now at the 44, you shoot up a little quicker, but
yeah, you've got so much more power.
Unless you got 3 fatties in there, and then it flies just like a 22 with air conditioning. But
I made my radio call, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay.
Wiser 359, turning crosswind 09 Wiser.
Left center right's good.
slow yourself down just a little bit.
Traffic 359, downwind 09 Wiser.
Clear over here.
Good. Left center right's good.
See, the main thing we need to work on this next time, just not so much aft cycling. The rest of it looks pretty good.
Okay. And
Just that wind grabs the disc. Really slows you down. Make our downwind call.
Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet, right downwind, runway 14, Pearland.
Good to go.
Got our spot. Car beats up. You gonna do another one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably do like 3 or 4 of them in a row. Then we'll switch it on up.
Traffic 359, base 09 Wiser.
Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet, right base, runway 14, Pearland.
Bump that collective up just a little bit. This one drops just a little bit, so that gives some constant pressure on it. Okay, runway is wide open.
Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet, final approach, runway 14, Pearland.
Yep, same deal, 70 knots, 600 feet.
Wiser traffic 359, final Wiser.
Yeah, I'm bumping it up.
Okay, cool.
I caught it.
Good catch. You can also slow it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and on your count.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Lower, right,
roll up. Check up. Yep. Looking good. Airspeed, RPM outside. Airspeed's perfect. RPMs are consistent. Eyes outside. There you go. Good catch. Start your flare. Crack the throttle on. Keep flaring. Level the helicopter off. Up collective left pedal. Good. When we do our flare, you can do just maybe a little bit more of a progressive flare.
Okay.
If you started it, then just do that little extra bump. That'll help us flatten out just that little bit more. But otherwise, that was a pretty darn good auto rotation.
Thank you. It's all about the teaching. Got a good instructor.
I just spit my gum out and it flew all the way over there.
That's all the downwash.
Yep.
Alright. Pearland, helicopter 30 Juliet on the go, right close traffic, Pearland. So, just...
Yep, nice and easy. Make it 3TL, there you go. Hold it. Yep. That's exactly what we're looking for. And then you can pull more power. Perfect.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, me too.
It's more of a... I guess more of a helicopter approach instead of trying to take off like an airplane, waiting until you get speed, then pulling up and...
Well, another thing too, it keeps our power setting really low when we're close to the ground when you need it.
Yeah.
Because when you nose it over, because we're getting rid of that vertical lift component, you got to add a lot of pitch in the blades. If you lose your engine, a lot of pitch in the blades. You know what I mean? And so, I think all in all, it's safer, and I like it too. I think it's kind of fun.
Is that something just Veracity is doing, or are the Robinsons suggesting?
As far as I know, it's just what Veracity's kind of teaching. I'm sure other schools do it too.
North Houston Skyline, 6-8 uniform, 4 miles.
That's center right's good.
Northeast for runway 17. Houston traffic.
Oh, Jesus. There's a CFI here. His name is Mohammed.
Oh, God.
Really nice guy, but man, his
accent?
No, the sentences just go on for about an hour. It's supposed to be a, real quick thing.
A little short and sweet.
Yeah. But, hey, I'm not speaking a second language trying to figure out what I'm going to say either, and I mess it up.
You hear, Allahu Akbar! Like, Left center right's good. Fairland, helicopter 30 Juliet, right downwind, runway 14, Fairland.
A little bit of left pedal. There we go.
Got our spot. Right, that likes to drop.
Yeah, it drops like that much, which is just enough for you to start losing altitude. Like it doesn't go all the way to the floor like a really worn out one does, but just enough to, if you're not keeping pressure on it, you'll lose a little bit of power and subsequently altitude.
Yeah, I was watching, I lost a couple inches. And
yep. Okie doke, clear over here.
Fairland, helicopter 30 Juliet, right base, runway 14, Fairland.
Runway looks clear.
Fairland, helicopter 30 Juliet, final approach, runway 14, Fairland.
I'm a pseudo bachelor all week. My old lady's up and visiting her family up in Dallas for 8 days.
That means you can do whatever the hell you want.
Better watch really early flights every morning, so it's not like I can go get drunk or anything.
Right. She got that nanny cam watching you.
Oh, right. Little bit longer. Okay, and on your count.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lower, right, out, roll off. Check up.
There you go, good catch. Airspeed's fine.
Okay.
RPM's come up, check it up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, start your flare. Nice progressive flare. Roll it on. Up collective. Level us off, left pedal.
Traffic, top line 95 Charlie, crossing 32, taxiway Delta, Fairland.
So we'll wait for him and then we'll take off. We're going to do a steep approach this time.
Okay.
Pre-takeoff checks.
My tail gauge is green. You got the car beat, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Car beats out of the yellow. And 45, nice. Fairland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet on the go, 14 right close traffic. Guys taxiing in a hurry.
I know.
Usually they take their sweet time.
Yeah. There ain't no speed limit.
He's like, dang it, I didn't pee before we left. I got to take off now.
So when I was a little kid, my dad had a Beechcraft.
Yeah.
And it had a little drain hose. If you had to go to the bathroom, it had a little hose under the seat that obviously dropped out of the bottom of the aircraft.
359, crosswind, 09 and wiser.
I took so much joy when we were flying just to pee out that guy pee on people as we were flying. Left center right's good. I don't know, it was just some odd reason, just peeing out of an airplane just seems so cool.
Did you ever does he still fly or not anymore?
No, my dad passed away last year.
Oh shit, sorry man.
That's fine.
Did he fly up until the end?
No, he stopped flying for he still taught, but the last probably 5 or 6 years he probably hadn't taught.
Gotcha.
And I think he probably couldn't pass his medical with his history. Pearland helicopter 30 Juliet, right downwind, runway 14 Pearland. Do you mind grabbing the controls real quick?
Yep, I have controls.
All right. All right, there are the controls.
You have the controls. Downwind checks.
Lights out, gauges are green. Car feet is up.
So steep approach, we'll go to taxiway Alpha since that guy looked like he was in a hurry.
Yeah, he's already in the run-up area. Pearland helicopter 30 Juliet, right base, runway 14 Pearland.
09 Wiser. Wiser traffic, 359 final, Wiser.
Okay, final call on the taxiway, or?
Yeah, just say it, taxiway Alpha.
Pearland helicopter 30 Juliet, final approach, taxiway Alpha. Traffic in the run-up area is not going to be a factor. Pearland.
And maintain our 460 knots. Bump of the collective just a little bit. Still hear the blades are flapping. Okay, so we're on our normal approach angle, so just start slowing yourself down. It's going to be really fast to do that today. We got all that wind. And we'll wait for the bottom of our trim strings. Should be right around that 40 knot mark. Don't want to lose any altitude yet. Keep leading off that airspeed. And we're coming up on our steep approach angle. Start lowering the collective and maintain this attitude all the way down to the ground. Sinking just a little quick. Bump up the collective just a little bit. Maneuver's really slow.
Yeah. I meant to text you and ask you, like, what can I do other than correcting myself and just trying to not get into settling with power when I'm on a steep approach?
I mean, you got to watch like a hawk, the 300 feet a minute. That's the only thing I can really tell you.
I mean, I don't know if I'm doing good right now or what.
We came up a little short. It's because a lot of wind today, and we lost a lot of altitude at first. But we'll take it all the way to the ground, then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Total traffic, upline 95 Charlie. We're taking 14. We'll stay in the pattern.
Okay, make sure we're a little more level coming down. Our skids kind of hit. We'll do one more of those. Yeah, the best thing is just trying to follow the rules exactly. And when you drop below 30 knots, make sure you're not sinking too fast. Another thing too, though, just like on our normal, try to keep that spot near the bottom of the trim strings. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a little, a little shallow or a little steep. But if you start to notice it, start to get a little high on your windscreen, the spot, that means I'm sinking too fast too soon. So just try to extend it out a little bit.
So do I need to nose it over just a little bit, or raise the collective?
To change your descent rate, always do the collective. Now, if we're coming in too fast, because sometimes people start to gain airspeed. If you're getting a little too steep, it's like, uh-oh. Well, we really don't want to lower the collective anymore if we have a good descent rate.
You're going to gain more airspeed if you do.
And we just want to do aft cycling. This is the one that controls our airspeed. Collective may an absolute minor fraction, but this is a cyclic. That's what controls your airspeed. So if you're getting a little steep, it's like, oh no, I'm getting right above it. Just slow yourself down a little bit, and just make sure you don't sink any faster than 300 feet a minute. If you do end up doing it, and you don't think you can recover in time, that's when you just do a go-around. That's the best way to keep you from ever doing it.
Because the last few times I've been doing it, I've been getting screwed out of it because, like, I'm almost settling with power, and got to nose over and go around. So I'm just
That one wasn't too bad. It's just right at the beginning when we were up at altitude, we were sinking at like 500 feet a minute. Just try to keep it right around that 300-foot mark, and we'll be able to coast it in all the way.
Okay. Light tail, gauge the green, car beats down.
Yep.
Fairline helicopter 30 Juliet on the go from the taxiway Alpha. Fairline. A little too soon. Too soon.
That's okay. It's no biggie if you accidentally pull up a little early, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I caught it, but...
And once you already start, might as well just finish it, you know?
Okay.
So we'll do another steep.
Okay. Left center right's good. I think today's better than last time.
Oh, yeah, you're flying really well today.
Right's good. Fairland helicopter 30 Juliet. Right downwind, runway 14 Fairland. Lights out, beats to green, car beats up. I even feel like I had my hand, I put my hand just a little bit low, and
yeah.
I felt it hit,
drop a little bit.
Dropped.
Yeah.
It hit my palm. And is that just from being worn out?
Yeah, just over time it kind of happens. And they can go in there and adjust it, but it's a lot of adjustments to try to make it where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so they try to work on it every time, but sometimes it makes it worse. So it's not super bad. 2 Victor Alphas used to be horrible. That one was a real pain to try to fly a long distance. I remember flying with Matt Goodwin and trying to hold that thing up for 8 hours. Let me tell you, it'll wear you out.
Fairland helicopter 30 Juliet, right base, runway 14 Fairland.
And we're the only ones here, so we can go to the runway.
Okay.
And we can shoot for the 1,000-foot markers since we'll have plenty of time.
Fairland helicopter 30 Juliet. Final approach, runway 14 Fairland.
Okay, 400 feet, 60 knots, looking good. Okay, so this would be our normal approach. So just start bleeding off some airspeed.
Big 95 Charlie with about 5 miles to the south, so we're going to be coming in for left downwind 14, full stop 7.
Okay, maintain your altitude till we start getting to the bottom of our trim strings. So bump with the collective just a little bit, maintain your airspeed. Just we slow down so easily today at the wind. Okay, now just take this glide path all the way down to the 1,000-foot markers. Lower the collective down about until you start seeing you're at 300 feet a minute. Airspeed's kind of irrelevant today because we have a 20-knot headwind.
Okay.
It's just kind of, this airspeed looks perfectly fine. So bump up the collective just a little bit. Still above 30, so no big deal, and a little aft cycle. That'll help slow you down just a bit.
So I need to lower the collective a little bit more?
And wherever it needs to be right around 200 to 300. Remember, it's just a real minor amount. Moving the collective just that little bit does a lot on a big, kind of a large change. We're looking good. Coming over our spot. Car beats down. Okay, slowly start raising collective, adding left pedal. Worked out really well, but just come down a little bit slower at that very end. That last like 3 feet or so, just in case you do come down a little too much, but today it worked out just fine. Cool, that was good, man.
Caroline, helicopter 30, Juliet. I'm going to go right close traffic, Caroline.
Okay, so we're going to do a normal takeoff, and we're going to go up to 800 feet on our upwind.
Okay. Is there a reason going extra 200?
Yeah, we're doing a 180.
Oh, shit. Okay. I was like, why?
It's that time, man.
Why are we going to, why are we going to 800?
Nice pickup. That was really good. Okay. Good. There we go. Looking good. Perfect.
I like
So we're going to try to stay in line with the runway. All the way out, you're going to see a gravel road when you get above these trees. Pretty much just follow that to a neighborhood out there.
Okay.
What we're going to do on a practice, obviously the first one, so I'll be demonstrating it with you.
Absolutely.
But we're going to line up with that radar tower going the opposite direction.
Okay.
So actually we'll just end up being just right of that gravel road out there. You're going to see some...
Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
It's like a little retention pond with a cattle? Or...
Oh, on the other side of those trees?
Yeah.
Left base, 14, touch go, 7.
Okay. And we'll just keep on this track, keep climbing up to 800.
Traffic, 95 Charlie, turning final, 14, touch go, 7.
Pearland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet. We're currently extending our upwind up to 800 feet before turning crosswind, Pearland.
Inside 95 Charlie, turn.
Traffic, Skyhawk 172 Whiskey is 10 to the west of the field, headed eastbound. It's going to cross up into 1,500 feet, then eastbound 1 mile to make a right. Descending tier drive to the left downwind 14 for a full stop, Pearland.
Okay, we'll go a little bit higher. Then we'll level off.
Diaphragm tanks, nice.
Okay, now start making like a medium bank right turn. As soon as you can see over your shoulder where the radar tower is, just kind of line up with it. Because on this upwind, this is kind of like our little practice. Don't worry about radio calls right now, just worry about the flying. I'll take care of radios today. Pearland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet, right downwind, 14 Pearland. Where'd that airplane go?
I don't know.
Oh, there he is on upwind right now. Okay, good. So 800 feet, 70 knots.
Runway 9 or wiser.
So we're looking for. And we're still going to be going for the intersection. It's going to be our spot we're looking for.
Alpha Bravo? Or,
We're doing the runway.
okay, well, yeah.
Pearland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet. It's on inside right downwind for a 180 auto rotation of Bravo 14, Pearland. Okay, ride along with me.
I am.
Pearland traffic, 95 Charlie, turning left crosswind, 14, full stop.
So yeah, 800 feet, 70 knots. Coming up on our spot. Can you pull carving for me?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Pulled.
So in 3, 2, 1. Lower, right, aft, check up. And right when I check up, I get my turn in there. The only difference now is at the apex of my turn,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to check it up just a little bit more again. Airspeed, you do lose some of it, but you get it back when you come out of the turn back to the headwind.
Pipeline 95 Charlie, turning left downwind, 14, full stop.
Have to lower the collector just a little bit. Start our flare. I'm going to crack the throttle on. Flare, flare, flare. Up collective left pedal and level ourselves off. So the big difference is just when you make the turn, you bump up the collector just a little bit, and when you straighten it back out, you lower it back down a little bit.
Right. Yeah, because when...
I'll get us going in this case.
Okay. When you're doing it, like you said, you want that high, like I guess a high bank turn. You want to bump up the collector, that way it pulls you into that teardrop?
No,
or?
the centrifugal force is going to make the RPM spike up again.
Okay.
So you just bring it up just a little bit. You know, wait for it to start to see it.
Zurich Whiskey is now 5 to the west, again eastbound over the field, 1,500 feet, flying eastbound 1 mile, make a right sitting teardrop. With downwind, 14 for full stop, Pearland.
Fucking mouthful.
Anything else?
Right?
I can add more to you.
Bag.
Pearland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet on the go, 14, right close traffic, Pearland.
Hey, are you getting sassy on the radio or something?
Yeah, I think they know each other.
95 Charlie, base, 14, Pearland.
Okay, you're back on. We'll keep us just to the right of the road this time. I'm pretty much right on this track right here.
Okay.
I'll keep it perfect. Yeah, because when we're making that turn, that centrifugal force makes the RPMs go up just a little bit.
Okay.
So a secondary bump. You know when you also start to level yourself back out to go straight with the rest of the runway, you have to bump it back down just a little bit because now you lost that centrifugal force. So yeah, lower right aft, check up. As soon as you check up, get your turn in there. Try as much as possible to bring your turn directly to the right. That'll make it where your nose won't go up or your nose won't go down. You want to keep it the helicopter as level as possible in the turn.
Okay.
See a little pond out there on the right? That's kind of a better track near the red barn.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, let's go a little bit more to the right.
Final 14, full stop.
There we go, keep on climbing on up.
Seems like a good day to go fishing.
I mean, the 180s are really not as crazy as people like to think because the beginning and the end are the exact same. It's just the turns in the middle.
Damn, that's a nice ass house.
Back to the left just a little bit. Yeah, right here looks perfect. Yeah, that house out there, man, that's 1 yard. That's just all that properties are a freaking yard. It's like a 15,000, maybe even larger square house, man. It's crazy.
There's one house that's got like 36 rooms. It's in Manville.
14 with.
I just don't know where it is.
14 for takeoff.
Okay, we're at 800 feet. Clear our corners and just make a nice medium bank turn to line up with the radar. Remember, making a sharper turn, you got to add a little collective.
I am. I'm slowly.
Gotcha. Yep, good. Should line up just for perfect with
traffic. Zurich Whiskey is over Seal, 1,500 feet, eastbound 1 mile before the right teardrop, left downwind 14
I see him.
parallel.
Pearland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet. We're on a right downwind for 14. We have that inbound traffic in sight, Pearland.
Is he going to beat us or are we going to beat him?
What we're going to do, go to the left a little bit, maintain your altitude. You see where the creek bed is at its furthest point and it's kind of parallel with the taxiway?
Yes.
That's what we're going to go over. That's our backup plan, because then we'll go to the taxiway.
Fly the Cessna 3 Mike, 2 miles north, crossing midfield 1,700.
I got the taxiing traffic.
Downwind 09 otherwise on.
Yeah, he won't be a factor
Yeah,
anymore.
no, just.
I mean, we probably would have beat him because he's doing a teardrop entry, but it's always best to be safe than sorry. Pearland traffic, helicopter 830 Juliet. We're on a high inside right downwind for a 180 auto rotation to Alpha Bravo. We'll remain west of the active Pearland.
Pearland traffic, Tunica Whiskey. Tunica Whiskey is a mile
So slow yourself down just a little bit.
Correction, Molly.
Yeah, Pearland traffic,
I got this time, forget it.
Taxi from east side hangar to runway 14 via Delta and Alpha, Pearland traffic.
Okay, on your count.
3, 2, 1.
Lower right aft, check up, get your turn there.
Do I need to do more?
Check up again. See how it's starting to come in a little bit? There you go. Just keep bringing it around. Doing good. You're doing good. The airspeed will come back when we start to face the wind. Yep.
So lower it?
Not yet. Not yet. Watch it. There we go. Now you can bump the collector down just a little bit. There we are. Airspeed's good. RPMs are good. Looking good. Okay, start your flare. Crack your throttle on. Keep flaring. Keep flaring. A little bit more of a flare. Just a little light on the flare at the end, but otherwise it was pretty freaking good for your first one, man.
I'm fucking nervous right now. I'm a nervous wreck. I'm more nervous than my mother is.
I got it, man. You can take a little break.
That's intense.
Yeah, 180s are pretty cool, though.
It is cool, but that's intense.
Okay, we're going to switch it up again. Hopefully next time we'll just do a whole bunch of 180s.
Yeah.
But we got to get our mindset out of those autos because those are lowering the collective. Remember, we do not want to do that on a hover auto.
Okay, we're doing hover autos right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll demonstrate the first one again.
Are we not going to go over our spot?
Oh, right here's fine.
Okay.
It's nice and flat. Already killed the grass quite a bit here.
I can see we've killed the grass over there as well.
Yeah. So it's going to be roll off, right pedal simultaneously.
Traffic.
Pause.
Tunica Whiskey is
and then
left base.
Yep.
For full stop, Pearland.
Alright,
So I reposition my hand.
alright, so
You can ride along with.
okay.
So eyes are outside, and 3, 2, 1. I roll off right pedal, and I lift. You're doing good, man.
So it's roll off right pedal.
Pearland traffic, Scott.
Yep. Roll off right pedal simultaneously. Turn these guys down. Don't need to listen to them. Roll off right pedal. Pause, and then right before we're touching down, lift up.
Just a cushion.
Yep. More cushion for something.
Right. Alright. Let's roll.
Nice and slow out of the grass. I had it the other day where it grabbed one of my skids pretty good. Yeah. It wasn't even wet outside. It just kind of hung on to it. Okay, that's a good enough height right there. Reposition your hand underneath. Yep. Get a stable enough hover, and it'll be on your count. Roll off, right pedal, simultaneously pause, and lift.
Is this a good enough hover right here?
Yep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Didn't get it rolled off all the way, that's why we didn't have that much right pedal to add.
Okay.
So just roll it off a little bit more.
Okay.
And you'll have to add just a tiny bit more right pedal, but your cushion was perfect.
Okay.
Pearland traffic, Tunica Whiskey, clear the exit Bravo. We're taking taxiway Alpha to 14. Link correction to Delta.
Okay, reposition the hand underneath.
Alright.
Eyes are outside. And on your count, you'll roll off right pedal, pause, and lift. A little bit higher. There we go. It's perfect right here.
Right here?
Yep.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Good. Started to drift forward just a little bit, but then you made the correction with the cyclic. Do one more. Back ourselves up just a bit.
We don't have any lights behind us, do we?
Nope.
Okay.
Just don't want to go to that ditch. Okay, and on your count, reposition your hand underneath.
All right, I'm good.
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Yeah, a little
job.
bounce. Little bounce.
Little bounce, no problem. Cool, let's pick it back up and head on in, man. That was a great day of flying.
On 3 hours of sleep.
Maybe you're not overthinking things. Makes you a little stupider.
Yeah, I do overthink things like. Plus, I needed this. I needed to get out and get in the air. Just felt good.
I think flying's the best thing for a hangover too. I'm just kidding. Okay, now we have that really rough crosswind right now because of it's going to be affecting our tail rotor. Just be real vigilant on the pedals. And I do have another student after you, so we can just park it next to the fuel farm.
Parking next to the cow?
Next to the cow.
You weren't shitting me about fighting it.
Yep. You're doing a good job. Okay, another thing we're going to do different, roll it all the way down to idle.
Roll it all the way down to idle?
Idle, yep.
Okay.
Okay, you can get your frictions on now. And when you get the frictions on, then you can go back to 75. 142 Victor Alpha's collective likes to raise. And so if it's at 75%, and if, let's say, happened to, maybe you push the carb heat down and it goes back up to 80%, governor takes over, that collective raises up and you're not paying attention, you take off, you could die. So that's why we're doing it now down to idle, but now you can go back to 75%.
Oh, so you just
all the way down,
going to idle, setting your friction locks, and then
back to 75.
Just redundancy.
Yep. So I even had, like, we just implemented it. I had a student the other day going to solo, and straight up he was over here messing with it at 100%. The frictions, and you let go of the collective to mess with it, and it started to come up a little bit. I could see it getting light on the skids, and I was like, oh my god. Woo! Made my heart skip a beat for a second. No, man, good flying. What I was going to suggest to you for sure, too, to get done with stage 1, stage 2 is really easy because it's just solo time and cross-country time with nighttime, right? So it's none of that, no hard maneuvers, nothing like that. So if it's possible, I know we're seeing each other Saturday. Let's try to see each other maybe on a little bit more of a regular basis till we get done with the stage 1 stuff, which I think next flight, if we can hammer it out just like we did on this one, you don't do 180s on your stage 1 check, you just do straight ins. But we'll hammer out, looking good, then we can send you to stage checks. I'd love to have it where that way, if you do come in, if you do need to take a little gap for a while, it's no big deal at that point in time because we're not working on the kind of the same things over and over again. So yeah, if you can look ahead of your schedule for next week and just get back to me whenever you get a chance,
Okay.
I think that'd be awesome. Get these stupid things off. Yeah, man, how you feel? That was a good day.
I think, yeah.
There's that 180, I was really happy with it. That was the first time you ever done one. You made your turn perfect, which was like something that a lot of people don't do it enough, or they tend to get the pedals kind of into it, and they like kick it around, and I don't know, you had the turn was perfect. So, like I said, I love these days when it's 15 knots is like perfect, because it's completely stable, but even at 20 like it was today, we were getting some gusts, but it's not those things where it's like a little bit than a huge gust spread, you know, where then it spikes the rotors and everything's all different. So overall, I think I was pretty happy with today for sure.
Yeah, it was a good day.
What time were you thinking Saturday, like 2 or something?
Yeah, probably lift off here too. Probably get there about 3.
Okay.
About 3-ish.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna want to video the approach and landing.
Yeah,
Coming
you can always just text someone.
Oh yeah, I know. I told him, I was like, I'll text
close
you.
throttle.
I was like,
Disengage your clutch.
I will. I'll text him once we hit 2920.
Okay. You can disengage it. There we go. We'll wait till 45 after. Cool. Yeah, I'll just make sure on our block that I'll make it probably a little bit longer, just in case. But we're probably going to be switching helicopters anyway. So if you do see like a canceled flight for it, and you don't hear from me, it's because we're switching helicopters.
Yeah, I honestly don't pay attention to those. Like,
you can pull a mixture. No, I hear you. I delete my own too.
Yeah, well, I have all of your emails and everything from Veracity. It goes into a Veracity folder.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't notify me that I have an email, so I just know to check it, because when it gets when the billing and everything like that, it obviously sends like 2 or 3 emails. So